Good morning. So, my YouTube friends, I have a lot to say. First, I want to start by giving shout outs to several people. Kiana Smith, Kathy Williams, Q3, No 3, Tree 2, Dolores Williams, Luminous, Nicole Feldman, and Flair the Shazard. Thanks for becoming a dark one. Well, I have been in YouTube jail for 7 days. I didn't know YouTube even had a jail before. Now, I'm always in Facebook jail, that's nothing new. I tried to appeal it and I hadn't heard anything. Now, the last time that they had put me in YouTube jail, I appealed it and I was active like less than 10 minutes later. And they tried to say that one of my intros had promoted suicide, and it didn't. And I was actually active, like I said. Less than 10 minutes later was fairly quick. I tried to appeal 3 different times, and I heard nothing. Now, the first time, I do admit I did put the video up, but I had muted it, and the video shown what it showed, and then they gave me a warning. Then the second time, I just put up the aftermath of that video, and they basically gave me a strike. And then I tried to appeal it, and then they said no, they're keeping that strike right there. So, it's nothing I could do about that. So 7 days, they pretty much had me inactive. The video that I was put in jail for was the video that happened out of St. Louis, Missouri. And it's actually what I'm going to just briefly talk about today. I know that everyone has seen it or at least heard about it by now. But being that I was pretty much in the middle of it, I'm pretty much starting from where I left off. So I'll be behind on a few stories for a couple of days. But, it is what it is. Also, during that week that I had off, there's a few channels that I do watch, and they basically involve true crime, and none of the people or, that I put in my videos have been on any of the videos that I've watched. So I was watching it, and one of the channels that I watch whenever I could get a chance, they were discussing how they have been demonetized and they don't know if they're going to continue. And I actually heard this before, several years ago, before I even thought about doing anything like this, even though my Facebook friends was trying to nudge me in that direction. It was 2 different people that I like to watch, and they had videos based on true crime, on the darker side, I would say. And they had both announced, like hours apart from each other, that they were pretty much leaving YouTube. And if you know YouTube people personally, YouTube creators personally, or you've listened to any of their stories, YouTube does do a lot, that's unnecessary. I was following the guidelines, but I had already, was told that maybe I should look into celebrities. I'm not interested in covering anything that the celebrities do. Or maybe I should look into maybe some comedy. Now, if you know me, I'm either really funny or really serious. It's kind of no in between. So, kind of sucked that they were telling me kind of what I should do, what would be better. But nah, I'm like, this is what I want to do. So this is what I'm going to do. And I still have a problem with unsubbing. And it's not from people that are unsubbing, you know, YouTube does it. They unsub you. That's why I say, please, if you have subscribed, you know, just make sure you're still subscribed, because they will unsub you and they'll take away likes off of videos. I don't know why they do this, but I guess it's to deter the person, me, from maybe not continuing with it. But, you know, I promised a viewer that I would continue for at least another year, and I try to keep my promises. Hell, I might even continue more after that. I don't know. We'll see. But definitely I'm gonna continue, maybe try to change stuff slightly. I don't know, but I'm sticking to the true crime and the cases that don't get much attention. So here I am. I do plan to discuss the cousins out of St. Louis, and another video will promptly follow this video. And again, I will be late on a few videos, so hopefully nothing else will stand in my way. I've also been working on those missing person cases, and they'll be popping up soon as well. I don't think they're considered true crime. I mean, they're missing, right? And we don't know really what happened to them. But, you know, I don't know. So here goes. Out of St. Louis, Missouri. So everyone by now probably has watched this video, and it is a terrible video. It involves a 12-year-old girl named Paris Harvey and her cousin, Kuaron Harvey, who is 14 years old. Now, at first, the Louisiana police was calling it a murder-suicide. These kids were at the Cupples Loft apartments at South 10th and Spruce Street. Their family was celebrating several birthday parties that they were having there at the apartments, and the loft is beautiful. I looked at a little video of it. It's beautiful. So these two children had gone inside a bathroom, and they had set up their little phone and put themselves on Instagram Live. Now, in the video, if you haven't seen it, you could easily see it. You can go to Facebook and just put in these children's names and it'll pop up. You could probably Google it, but, you know, it's not allowed on YouTube because of the guideline restrictions. So Paris has this gun in her hand, and she points it towards Kuaron, jokingly. And the gun had fired off. Now, Kuaron, he instantly drops. She drops seconds after him, literally seconds after him. Then she goes to bend down and pick up the gun, and it goes off again. So Paris hits the floor. Then you hear adults saying, you know, like, what's going on? You hear a sound, because now people are wondering, they just heard 2 gunshots. And a family member looks in, and he sees his family members on the floor, and you could tell he's in distress. And a few other family members pop in. You hear screaming. You hear crying. The aftermath of what happens after these children is more emotional than anything. In the bathroom, when Paris had accidentally shot her cousin and herself, you don't see anything. You don't see any blood. It happened so quickly, and to find out later that they were both shot in the head. I did read that the gun may have been brought to this party by Kuaron. And I think the grandmother of the children was saying that, you know, she believe that, they were just, I can't remember the exact words that she said, but pretty much wanting to be cool on live with this gun. And that happens, and everybody who was on their live had seen it. So, yeah, it's a tragic, very horrible story. And I know that a lot of people were saying a lot of stuff about this family. Like, why were they in the bathroom playing with guns, as if this family knew that they was in this bathroom playing with guns. This family did not know. They did not know at all that these children were doing this. I mean, they are 12 and 14. They have to be watched, but not like toddlers. You got to constantly keep your eyes on them. And I mean, they're in a house with their family. It's about almost 2 o'clock in the morning when this happened. So, all I have to say to the family members of these two young people, their suffering is enough. I mean, my condolences.